Below the Void podcast.
You were growing up before everyone was really
Twiddling your
into
butthole.
fucking.
Yeah, people weren't into fucking when you were young, bro.
I didn't lose my virginity until I was 18.
Every day I'm fucking.
Every day?
No.
Every day
I was gonna
I'm
say
buckling.
Did you hear me when we were walking out, and after I told the kids, they asked me if they were going to shovel all that snow off the yard, the one kid was busting the ice with the ice thing, and I look at him and I go, busting up a shit for
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why that's why we were
We had
singing
that
that.
tune stuck in our head.
You
the whole
can't say that,
time.
Mr. B. He's brown. You can't say that to him.
Oh no!
Can't say shit for him?
You can't say shit about him.
No one ever gave me nothing.
How long you been recording for, bro?
47 seconds.
You gotta tickle my throat. I think it's chip dust.
You got chip dust?
You got chip dust. Oh, sorry.
In your throat.
And my fucking
The
tea,
chocolate dust.
my fucking cold beverage of tea is gone. I gotta
Oh,
bump the table.
you bumped the table.
I gotta get some fucking water for my chip dust throat.
Your chip dusted throat.
That's obviously my throat, Blair.
So not our best opening ever.
It is
Definitely not our worst.
Yeah, definitely not the worst, though. That's very
So I don't know
true.
what was said the 45 seconds before that. So
Yeah, I don't even know. Were we talking about shiffer robes?
Yeah, there was something about it busting up a shiffer robe.
Every
I
day
told the
was
March
buckling.
neighbor kid.
Every day Mr. B was fuckling. That's what
Yeah.
that's what we opened with.
That's-
Then chip dust.
Wasn't that song popular like 6 years ago?
for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see how. Look at the audio file waves, bro.
Yeah, I can see him.
Here, hang on, let's hear how it bounces up. Ooh, that was probably a nice spike
That was a
was a nice
clean
spike.
snap. Yeah.
from a blender bot.
It's a bot.
Oh.
Why is it a bot?
Oh,
Oh, bot short for
Oh,
bottle.
blender bottle.
I was
take
like,
a breath at the weird spot.
can you lift it up so I can see what that is real quick?
That's very James Hetfield of you.
That looks like a sippy cup. It looks like I gotta
No,
drink
because
my
I have it at
juice
home.
from
It's
my
got a
sippy
little.
cup.
It's got a little
You know, you gotta do
ball
this
that can
before
go in
mommy and
here.
daddy get
If you
here.
put like different juices and lemons and whatever, and you shake it up, it moves around.
Oh, juices
But I
and
left
lemons.
the
Wait.
ball at home.
Oh,
How
you
many
fool.
how many different kinds of lemons you put in there?
6.
You absolute fool. Leave the ball at
Name
home.
every single different kind of lemon.
Lemon, ice lemon.
Pink lemon.
No, don't be ridiculous. Brown lemon, old lemon, new lemon,
Lemonparty.org.
lemonparty.org.
Everybody
Well,
knows.
it can't be a lemon party without a couple of dicks.
No, everybody knows that pink
no,
lemonade
no,
comes
without-
with pink
without-
lemonade.
Without old dick.
Without old dick.
Without old dick, yeah.
I just
wouldn't be a
love
lemon
that.
Party without old
It was
dick.
like a 3-season bit. That's the whole reason she chose the name. Then you introduce her parents. His name was Dick Lemon.
Dick
and it was
Lemon.
like his third appearance. That all of a sudden,
Wouldn't
Can't
be a
have
lemon party without old dick.
Tina Fey. She's in it for the long game.
Yeah.
You forgot Myers lemon.
Oh shit.
7.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh, did you guys hear about Alex Trebek?
What?
Yeah.
He's got stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Trebek, no.
Ooh.
Apparently, you're
But they're
like,
still pedophiles that are perfectly healthy.
What the fuck, world?
we're not here to debate that.
That's
I'm just
really-
No, I'm saying, but
Alex
why? I'm
Trebek.
saying, why can't that ball cancer go to them?
Pancreatic
No,
cancer.
wait, pancreatic. Sorry.
You think your pancreas is in your testicles?
No, I know. For some reason, I was thinking he had testicular cancer.
That's Lance Armstrong, and that cheating son of a bitch is still alive.
What if Alex
Yeah, but also
Trebek had?
he just cheated at cycling. I'm sure everyone was juicing too.
What if
Well,
he
yeah,
had
that-
cancer
that's a
of
petty-
the
I'm
upper
pretty
lip?
sure that didn't they say, excuse me, that if you don't count the people who've since been disqualified due to doping,
You have like no winners.
No, it was like the same guy won like everything the last few years, and he was like 10th place.
Right.
So yeah, doping is pretty crazy.
The most entertaining year in baseball was Mark
Yeah,
McGwire and
Alex
Sammy
Trebek,
Sosa
man.
back and forth.
The guy has his video telling everyone that he had cancer had
He had hit like a champ.
the most fucking class I've ever seen. Like
And he's like, I'm gonna keep working.
yeah,
He's like, what do you say? He goes, because I still have 3 years left of my contract.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the guy is
What a badass.
just a fucking class act.
This is a joke, and it's poor time to word it. 'Cause I feel for him. I don't mean this as insulting.
Go on.
But
I'm bracing myself.
Oh god.
no, because you can't usually go through chemotherapy and stuff, and
Yeah.
you lose hair
You lose your
sometimes.
hair, yeah.
What if he loses the mustache? I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do, but that'll look weird.
he doesn't have a mustache right now.
He doesn't? I haven't
No.
watched in a while. Well, then never mind.
No.
I guess it's
Does it
already
look
weird.
weird?
Guess it's already
Well,
weird.
that's the first thing I thought when he said he had cancer. I assumed it was cancer of the upper lip.
Pretty sure.
Stiff upper lip. ACDs.
I think when you get diagnosed with cancer at that stage, and when you're like at the age he is, I think they probably just kind of they don't think
Let
they
it
try
go.
to. I don't think they try to chemo it. I think they just try to make sure that he's comfortable. I mean, that's what I would probably do.
Yeah, stage 4, especially at that age. Yeah, that's.
I think he's just gonna quiz the cancer out of himself. He's just
Yeah.
gonna force it into a corner, and it's gonna excrete itself out
I
of his
mean,
body with his
how
emotions.
old is he?
Like
He's in his 70s.
mid 70s.
He just looks really good.
Yeah.
He's aged very well.
What is his 70s? Was
Fuck, sorry.
Oh,
Ooh, no end.
No N.
I don't know, it was Wheel of Fortune, but
yeah, that's right.
anyways, how's everyone doing?
Good, I got chip dust in my throat.
Mr. B's got chipped up.
You mentioned the chip dust a couple times.
Letting people know if I have a coughing fit like Don while he's getting a tarot reading. Chip dust. Chip dust.
I think you've got.
Is it chip dust though?
No, it's lemon juice.
Oh, okay.
I think you got to wake up pretty early to have a coughing fit more intense than that one.
Wake up at 5:20.
Fucking
really?
20. That's when I wake up.
Good
Yeah.
God!
The
What
one-
time do you guys have to be to work?
6:30.
6.
Oh,
I gotta let the
gross.
dogs out and feed the cats, feed the dogs.
Oh.
Fucking drive to work.
When do you get off work?
3.
Oh, okay.
So that's nice.
2.
I work 10 to 7. It's pretty fucking great. Get up
How's
at
that
8:30.
I start work at 8:30.
Gross.
It's not that gross.
Oh, okay. You have to work with kids, so gross.
It's not that
Prolapse
gross.
butthole.
Blair,
It's just the one prolapse.
I don't see the draw in kids. Why do people want kids? I don't get it. They're fucking. They're gross germ factories.
So is everybody and everything.
No, mostly kids.
Yeah.
They're bad, but so
They're
are
kinda
animals
funny.
and so are they can be fun and funny. Come on now.
Yeah, they can be funny, but besides that, what's the draw?
And I had
You can watch kids being funny on YouTube.
I was drinking my Red Bull in the morning,
Oh my god.
And a
and
kid took it and chugged it.
no,
Prolapse his
we were
butthole.
outside for the first time in a long time because it'd been so fucking cold for a while.
You don't just put the kids outside for 3-4 hours.
No, we
later
don't. We
in
don't
the
get
dead
to
of
freeze
winter?
them. We don't get to freeze them. But we got outside, and he was like, "Blair, you should come chase me." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna finish this though. I'm gonna finish my Red Bull." And he
Good
goes,
thing you started
"Blair!"
off by saying you work
Yeah.
at a school with kids.
Yeah, and he goes-
You said this kid told me to chase him.
He goes, "Blair, put down your beer and chase me."
Yeah, I'm working.
Wow.
I want to know what that kid's home life is like. Why does he think every beverage is a beer?
Anything in a can. I think his dad drinks a lot. Of
Dad
beer.
probably drinks. Dad probably drinks a lot of beer. Yeah.
Fucking,
Drinks a lot of Paps.
you gotta keep an eye
I
on
was
that
thinking
kid.
the dad sounded like a Coors kind of guy.
No, because Coors have
The
tall
Rocky
boys.
Mountain- I don't fucking know.
I think every beer has tall boys.
The Rocky
Every
Mountain High.
like American beer.
So I got my Red Bull tall boys. So
His dad does a lot of Edward 40 hands.
yeah.
I don't recommend
Can't
Edward for
I was going to
Can't
say
parent.
darts, but Edward.
But
40
Edward
hands
40
it
hands
is.
it is.
I don't recommend it.
I-
You're
I-
real sick.
Malt liquor's gross.
Rocket fuel malt liquor. Damn.
Oh.
Did you just take off your socks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you
All of
serious?
a sudden I saw bundled
Yeah.
up socks in his hand, and
I-
I was like, okay.
I thought you just had extras.
I stepped in something slightly wet, and there's a tiny wet spot on my sock that was
that
driving
was
me fucking
me.
insane.
Hey, let's do a cookie sock roundup.
Oh,
I showed mine earlier. They were like the
Mr.
St.
B's
Patty's
got
Day.
St. Patty's Day socks.
I'm
I
saving
got,
my St.
uh,
Patty's Day ones for tomorrow.
2 shades of blue
Blair,
wool. I got
this
wool
comes out in
socks.
like 2
I've
weeks.
got
Don't
blue
say
and
save
gold
for tomorrow.
argyle.
Oh shit.
Blair, show us your
You-
socks.
Blair has
I-
basic
I
ass
have
bitch
basic
socks
ass white
again.
socks
Blair
because I have a
And ones?
yeah.
There you go.
Blair, Guns N'
There
Roses,
was.
use your illusion.
I have
Fucking break the fourth wall.
I have an ingrown toenail on my big toe that bleeds every once in a while. I don't want to get my cool socks.
You had that for a long time.
I had
didn't
one
you?
for a long time too, and then I just
Both
went
goes.
and got it taken out.
Like I fucking
Paid the
I
money,
need to
and
do,
mine
how
was
much
like-
was
mine
that?
was
Did insurance cover that?
Very minimal.
Okay.
It cost me like $400 after insurance.
Okay.
But I felt better, and they took
I was
a.
gonna say,
they
I'd
took
pay
a-
$400
they
to get
took
rid of
it-
this
they-
shit.
It was like
You
it was like an
should've hurt
inch
your foot
long,
when
and
we
they
were
put it
in
in a little
Canada.
jar for me and let me take it
Oh my
home.
god, I should have.
You do what? Yeah, they put it in a little jar for me and let me take it home. It was like an inch long.
Yeah,
the doctor
I-
said it was the biggest one he's ever pulled
I
out.
can feel it under my skin.
Yeah.
It's probably
I'm
like
not gonna
that.
I could feel it was on a
That
big
explains
toe. I
so
could feel
much about
mine
the person
right
you are,
there.
Mr. B,
I can feel
knowing
mine
you
right
have-
there.
Yeah, you
Knowing
can feel it
brought
on the underside
home
of your
a
toe.
toenail in a jar, and that just shaped the human being. you
And I didn't.
Okay.
And I didn't ask him to. He's
I
like,
can't-
he pulled it out and said,
No, I
"Would you like?"
insist.
He goes, "Would you like to take this home?" And I was like,
Fuck yeah.
"Fuck yeah,
So
sure."
does it just like they just numb it, cut it open, and rip it out?
Yeah, they just give it a little. They didn't even
Just real
inject it.
quick?
They just like freeze it with almost like dry ice kind of.
Oh, nice.
Freeze it, pull it out. You can feel it slide through the skin, but it doesn't
Right, but
hurt.
it
I've
doesn't
had that
hurt.
procedure done like 3 or 4 times in my life, and the before the last time, the doctor said, "All right, if it grows back again, we're just gonna have to take the nail because
Yeah.
now I got a gross mongoloid nail, but it doesn't get infected anymore."
So I had my.
I gotta do
I
something
waited like
about it,
I waited like
'cause
6 months, if not more, before I finally just did it.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it's $400 or
But
whatever.
yeah, no.
but it was-
Next time we go to Canada, fucking hurt your foot. We'll have to go. And,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
I mean,
days it
you'll
doesn't
sit
hurt
in the
at all, and
waiting
some
room,
days
for
it's like
3
fucking
days,
hurts to
but
walk.
you'll get it done.
But
Yeah,
fucking stupid nails.
yeah, you'll be in the waiting room for 3 days, but
Well, you know.
Then it'll be out.
You go to a lot of Canadian waiting rooms.
Yeah. That's what I hear. If it's not a dire emergency,
yeah,
you gotta wait a while.
yep.
It's fine.
Like if you're bleeding out and gonna die, I think they rush you, but get it rush because
You got to
Rush.
fill out a form. It's,
Yeah.
it's, well, what's this all about?
yeah. Oh, you come
Oh, I
to
got
our
an
country
ingrown
just
toenail
to
there.
Oh,
take
well, we're not gonna
take
let you
advantage
die
of our
there.
medicine.
Oh well, geez, you're bleeding out. We're not gonna let you die there. Why don't you come on back?
And what they do for the pain to bite on something, then you bite on a ketchup chip.
Ew! Fucking.
No,
I
I'll
just-
pay the
I-
400
I
bucks.
changed my mind about socialized medicine. Good God.
Yeah, they can't, they spare no expense. They gotta save the money, but
They make you bite a ketchup chip.
I'll make you bite a ketchup chip.
Come on, have a rip there. Have a rip there, bud.
Oh, for a rip there, are you bet?
Oh god, it would probably have to be like a really old ketchup chip too, so it didn't shatter when you. Oh,
Yeah, it's been in the vending machine for 6 years.
man. Oh,
We
ketchup
do have
chips.
quite a few downloads we get every time from Canada. So
That's
I-
okay.
I-
None
I'm
but
wondering-
love for
No,
them,
I know, but
No,
like,
none
what
of
if
them
what if we try to cross the border next time and they're like, "Oh, you think all Canadians talk like that, eh?"
No, it's
I'd
all-
be
They,
like-
they
I'd be
rough
like-
us up in the back room.
I'd be like,
I'd be like, you know, we're from Minnesota, right?
yeah.
and then I'd be like, whoa, we got some fucking.
I think that's
Poland
part of being Minnesotan and getting older. Sometimes you just let out a hard "yeah."
Yeah. I know.
Sometimes it just slips out.
No, I've been saying
oh,
"oh jeez" a lot.
oh, jeez.
Oh
Yeah.
jeez. Like without even thinking, like it's just.
If you
takes
really
over.
agree,
I
with
didn't
something,
realize-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize how often I say oak too.
Oh,
Oh, all right. Oh. There's varying different degrees of ope, but it's all ope.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sometimes I say pasta.
pasta.
That's good.
Pasta.
Yeah, pasta, maybe some pasties.
At least I don't
I
say
wanna-
use
I
guys.
really-
Yeah,
I
use
wanna
guys.
do-
I don't say that
That's
yet.
an East Coast thing.
I want to do
These guys.
the Lake Superior Circle tour, but we need to have
Lake Superior Circle
some
jerk?
endurance to do that.
What's late? Superior.
Drive around the entire
driving
entirety of Lake
driving around the
Superior.
entire lake.
How long does it take?
If you were to do it straight, like 16 hours, but you're supposed to
Easy
do it
peasy.
over 3 days.
How much of it have we done?
But a third.
I was gonna say yeah,
Almost
probably a third.
We have that way, and we covered some of the Wisconsin side last time when we went. but very
Basically,
little.
planning it out so that you have time at each destination over 3 days. You would spend one day in the Thunder Bay-ish area, like either that
Yeah.
or like Nipigon or something like that.
I'm sorry.
Nippy gun.
Nipigon is a...
We have to go to this place.
Yeah, we're gonna have
They
to
don't
stay
have
at
any nips
Nippygon.
there.
And then the
have
second
to see
day, you
this.
would basically go the entirety of the north part of the lake. You end up in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, right before you cross back into America.
America.
And then the last day, you would go from... well, if you want to do it over 3 days, you would go from Sault Ste. Marie to Duluth and then home in one day. But if you're planning it out like a normal human being, you would go from Sault Ste. Marie to Marquette, Michigan. I've always wanted to go to Marquette.
I'm in the market.
Yeah, man,
Is
go
it
there
bullshit?
during the
Is
final.
it bullshit?
During the NCAA tournament, and they're kicking ass.
I've always wanted to go to Marquette.
There's a really nice
Go to the Uber.
cabin there.
I love cabins.
Yeah, with a sauna.
Oh, I love
Go to
saunas.
Ubers.
Dude, that would probably do wonders for my croup. I got the croup.
You go to the family
Measles.
sauna in Duluth.
Do you like saunas?
Yeah. Go to the family sauna in Duluth. It's a place
Wait,
you can...
I got a question though. If you go into a sauna, just because of the way you are you gonna go in your jeans?
Yeah.
Okay, check it.
I tried to have sex in a sauna once. It did not happen. It did not go
No, you're supposed to go in the sauna, get hot and heavy, and then have sex on the bed outside of the sauna. That's what the family that's the
Or
family
in the
sauna is
cool
for.
pool.
You get a
So
you
we-
get a
In the cool poo.
We went into the sauna,
Yeah.
and I was apparently getting vibes that she was not giving off because we were alone in the sauna. There was like no one else
She
around.
took her towel off, and I get it.
And I just fucking like unsheathed, and I was rock hard. I'm like,
Nice.
yeah, we're doing this. And she was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? We're in a sauna. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
sorry, miss.
Steam and heat gets me fully erect.
I'm sorry,
I'm like,
miss.
I have terribly misjudged this situation.
Did it not go down, and she forced you to push it against the hot coals to have it go down? Put this thing away.
It's the only way to put it
No,
down.
dude,
put it
That's
down
why you
quietly.
have a dick.
When you get embarrassed, I get fucking I deflate quickly.
Yeah.
Mr. B did that to someone on Snapchat once.
Yes, true.
It was on. It was on chat roulette.
Chat roulette.
Why did that guy not just like next to us?
I think he didn't want to lose.
You didn't
Yeah.
want to lose, and
He was like, no,
he didn't.
I'm fucking in this.
You know
He
what
did
the really-
not know who he was going up against.
You know what the really funny trend after all that stuff was? It was guys that would go on there and all you would see is their hand like under the frame of the webcam.
And then it would,
Like,
and it would
going
go, and
like
they're like
this,
polishing a
and
shoe or
they're
cleaning a dish.
Cleaning
yeah.
a dish.
There's a really great gif of like two guys who were doing the same
Yeah.
thing, and then they both get it, and they're both fucking doing it.
Oh,
See, I do it, but then let's scroll down, and I'm cleaning my dick.
Yeah,
cleaning
no,
your
you're
dick. Yeah,
cleaning a
polishing your
dish,
dick.
but
Cleaning
then
my
the
dick.
camera goes down further, and you're
Your
fucking
dick's up.
naked.
Yeah.
You're holding the plate up.
Holding the plate on your back dick. Yeah.
You're like, oh, just innocent, and that's it.
And there it is.
That's called killing
There
two birds.
it is.
With your bird.
Fucking
With your
Bird is the word.
just massive. 5 inches.
Massive 5 inches. Massive.
That's a 5-inch
We probably-
bird if I ever
Absolutely. We probably shouldn't say that.
You
That's,
probably shouldn't, but I'm going to now.
Okay, do
I
it.
won't say names. But
That's
I
true.
have a
Say names. I don't know what
have-
you're talking about.
we have a certain niece who is
okay.
preparing to have sex for the first time with her boyfriend, and
she's very, very open about it
our
with her mom.
family is very open about stuff like that. And she said she was nervous
quoted.
because
Is this the
because-
oldest or the middle one?
oldest,
Okay. Sure.
and she's like, he's really big, like 5 inches, and
We were like, oh, honey.
like,
oh,
what?
honey.
But maybe she's just
hold
bad.
on.
Maybe she's just bad at guesstimating.
Wrong,
honey, sweet
because
child.
Wrong.
They
They tried to have.
They
Okay,
tried to
they
have
tried to have
sex.
sex, but they bought magnums.
They bought Magnum
and they wouldn't stay
condoms,
on,
and they didn't fit.
so they stopped.
But
So they had to
She
stop.
still thinks he's a massive
I was
5
like-
inches.
I want to know what Sam said. Sam probably fucking lost it.
Probably, yeah.
Knowing Sam, she probably lost it.
Like,
But
5
it's her
inches,
fault. It's her fault that the
Honey.
family's like that. So
Yeah. Maybe if she watched more porn, she would know.
You're here first, folks. Don just told his niece to watch more porn.
Yeah.
well, you know what? She
She
can be
means
informative.
5 inches is huge.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Jesus.
I mean, when you're preparing to put one of those in your body for the first time, they
time.
probably all seem pretty
To
fucking
fornicate.
huge.
that's true.
That's
that,
fair.
You know what?
That's fair.
And they all look scary.
That's fair.
Don
Oh yeah, that never changes.
Don's is Krugery. Him and Channing Tatum.
My dick is not.
Yeah,
Krugery.
it's because it got pushed against the sauna.
Sonicals.
That didn't
Pushed
happen.
against the sonicals.
It did not get pushed against the sauna.
There was a high heel,
Bro,
sonicals.
would've been a better
Your
story
penis
if
was
it
in the
did.
middle,
Yeah.
Dick
like
Sam,
a
Dick
flapjack. Yeah,
She made a flapjack out of your dick with her heel.
yeah.
Jesus.
That's what he said.
I think that's a fetish.
I think
Yeah,
think you could find
probably
someone on
is.
FetLife to do that to you.
Yeah,
Is that
Shit,
Boba Fett's
yeah.
website?
Just
meet up at the family sauna. I tell you.
what is the fucking what is the
I told you the family sauna. You pay like $10 for 2 hours at the family sauna, and it's just a room with a bed and a sauna. That's all the rooms are. That's all it is.
Where's this
And
at?
Duluth. We go by it all the time. It's up on the hill. When you go Main Street, one of the offshoots, you can see it on the right if you're like going down Main
So
Street.
it's more
this
up
way.
by the mall.
Yeah.
by the mall.
But the guy who owns it is like this sweet man who clearly doesn't understand that it's used for sex.
How dirty this
He
is.
just
Yeah.
he just wanted to open.
He's just a sweet man who thinks he's providing people with a nice sauna experience.
Little do you know, he might be sweet, but he's got a camera in there.
Oh, well, you know,
It's like acting.
shit happens. It's like a gross, dingy looking place too.
Oh god.
Like he probably inherited it, and it's like he's stuck with it now.
My old granddad's fuck palace.
Ah,
For the rest.
change the
Right,
name
put
of
it
the
up.
family sauna. People won't think it's that weird, right?
Yeah.
And it just makes it weirder.
I just gotta clean up this cum for the rest.
Granddad's Fuck Palace sounds like the band opening up for Crotch Dusting.
Granddad's fuck palace. Yeah.
Crotch stuff. Oh, I've been listening to a lot of
Suicide rap orgy.
no anti-fascist black metal. Have you guys heard about this scene?
No.
No, are they against the fascists?
Yeah, anti-fascist.
Anti-fascist.
So the
Oh, okay.
there is
You
a
were
type
being
of
silly.
a very like niche group of metal called NSBM, which stands for National Socialist Black Metal, like literally Nazi metal.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's been a resurgence in bands like we don't want metal to be associated with this. We're fucking taking it back from this racist bullshit.
Right?
So they've been a
Hate
lot.
breed.
They've been a
breed
lot
hate?
of
Oh yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
compilations that you can buy on Bandcamp that like 30 bands partake in, and all of the proceeds go to different charities like the Trevor Project or Doctors Without Borders, that kind of thing. So it's like a really cool thing, and some of it is definitely way more extreme than I'm into, but some of it is like fucking really good shit. But they usually have really great names and or really great song names. My favorite so far is from a band called Gaylord. The song is called Odin Doesn't Listen to NSBM, You Inbred Alt-Right Shitheels.
How do they know what
there's
Anthony
a
Hopkins
song
listens
called
to?
Yeah.
There's a song called Pile of Nazi Skulls. That's my favorite one. Pretty good one. It's like
Pile of Nazi skulls.
What was it?
That's my second favorite pile of skulls.
Skinhead metalheads will be publicly hanged and openly shamed, stuff like that.
My only concern is that if I can just be devil's advocate, is that they consider anyone that disagrees with them a Nazi.
No, this is like literal Nazis. Like
Like people who-
NSBM is
Consider themselves National
There's
Socialists.
some socialists that say people like anywhere from like Ben Shapiro to Donald Trump is literal Hitler.
Oh no, yeah. These are like actual self-identifying Nazis. They call themselves Nazis.
yes. They're actual skinheads who condone violence upon minorities.
Not a good time to bring Nazis back, I gotta say.
No.
Not good timing, Nazis.
But I need to tell you my favorite band name. They're called Feminazgul.
Feminazgul.
Pretty awesome.
I am no man. I'm in the school. I'm into it.
I just wanted to share that because
So it's an all-male group?
It's been sparking joy in me recently.
As you grab your boobs.
I like things that spark joy. If it doesn't spark joy, you thank it and you
You've
let
been
it go.
tidying up your metal.
Yeah.
I have.
I folded some of my clothes the tidy up way. I don't know if it
Clarice
got
is
me
fully
joined.
joined that cult.
Oh,
Well, she
yeah.
before the show, she had read the book a while back.
Did you say cult?
I call it a cult.
It's not a cult.
I know it's not nice.
It's a
Marie Kondo?
Did you watch the show?
Yeah.
I mean,
And,
said-
it's basically like Property Brothers, but with like
Kondo.
Marie Kondo is very attractive.
But,
But, the thing
she read
is,
the book, so we've been.
she's a
going through it.
weirdo because she like says you have to like thank
yeah, that's
but
where it
that's
gets a little hippy
that's a
dippy.
little weird.
your clothes
think that's
for
just
providing for you.
I think that's
Yeah,
the
but
culture,
here's
but-
the thing. I identify with that because I get like emotionally attached to objects. Like when we had to get
Yeah.
rid of Whistler, like I
That's
almost
true.
cried.
Yeah.
And I was like 24 at the time. Like I
Because
was not a
Whistler
kid.
was he was like a dog.
He was the goodest boy.
Does that mean
I get attached to things. That's why I like the idea of before you throw something out, like thanking it. Like, thank you for being in my life, but I don't need you anymore.
So we got rid of like 30% of our DVD collection. Wow. Saving fucking room, man.
I think Marie Kondo
You
And
just-
our closet emptied out too.
rather
It's like half our stuff.
rather than following the Sparks Joy rule, you just let's say like directed by M. Night Shyamalan, throw that fucking shit out of there.
But when we were going through clothes, though, she was, you know, she read the book. She was doing that a little bit. Every time I got rid of it, I was like, all right, fuck you, just to poke the bear.
You poke bears?
Seriously, though, you think Marie Kondo's seeing anybody?
I don't know. I think Marie Kondo would fuck.
Would I have to? What
She's got like 3
would
kids. You know she.
would you have to get into a relationship with her translator too? Because
No, you don't. Have, universal language of love, Blair.
that's true.
It's true.
But what if I want the
My
translator in
dick
there
is
to watch?
multilingual.
Well, then
What if I want the translator to watch?
that's between you and her. You might have to pay her to watch or something.
Let
I think,
Let the translator watch.
I think if it sparked a joy,
got my
she would
plums.
watch.
You got a rich blue heel.
Rich blue
Ready
hue.
to go to market. Better watch, translator.
Let the boy watch.
Can you tell Maria? Can you translate "lick my taint" for me?
I want to know what it sounds like.
I don't necessarily want her to do it, but I just want to.
No. She's gonna know what it tastes like.
Feel it down in my plums. That nice bluish hue.
Take her to market.
Well, as long as
Jesus
we're
Christ.
as
Anyways.
long as we're
Talking about blue testicles.
I was talking
testicles.
about blue testes. Yeah. Will Ferrell's blue testicles.
And Blair banging Marie Kondo.
Only she's into it.
Oh, yeah, well, obviously, you're not a
Yeah,
sicko.
I'm not a sicko.
Man, that
Hashtag not my kind of Blair.
Yeah. Well, let's be real. Hashtag out of my league.
Well, yeah.
how
Let's
many
be
episodes
real
of
here.
that show are there?
I think
Like 5 or 6 or
6
something
or
like
8
that.
or something like that.
3 to 4 times every episode. Every time she shows up to the people's house, you have to hear her go.
Yeah. Well,
That's a boner killer.
Imagine what
for
her
me.
sex.
that's
Sorry.
the noise she's gonna make in
Blair's
bed.
into it. I was saying, imagine her sex noises.
Shut the fuck.
she's just happy. Let
Yeah,
her.
man.
Yes.
She just likes her job.
Happy Blair's inside her.
Yeah.
Inside of you.
All right, so
What time someone is?
Inside of you.
changing gears a little bit here.
What is that?
Blair, I love when you're inside me.
Thanks, man.
So
Appreciate that.
when I was younger, I used to really be into paranormal stuff.
When we
When I was a
were
kid,
young.
I had a book that I still have called. It's
Scary
called
kids, scary stories to tell in the dark.
No. This book is called The Unexplained, and it's by
Oh, I've heard that book.
author Jerome Clark, and it's just a collection of strange, spooky things that are allegedly true.
Have they been
that are
explained?
Broken up into. Some of them have been since
There's a
then.
joke that was called Unexplained.
Okay. Well, anyways, the book is a big thick tome, and I used to go through it all the
thick
time.
tomes.
And there's a couple of there's a lot of illustrations, like it shows you like eyewitness pictures and stuff. And there's
Chupacabra.
like the chupacabra.
I still remember that
Oh,
picture.
It's got a badass goat sucker sucking on goat.
Sucking on some goat, yeah. Chupacabra, it's the goat sucker.
El chupacabra.
Yep.
But one of the pictures that really spooked me, and I'm glad I wasn't alone because when Blair went through the book, it immediately stood out to him as well, is something that was called the Flatwoods Monster. Have you guys ever heard of this?
Yes, and I've seen the famous picture with one of the guys who looks like Stephen King. You know the famous picture that they always show about it? The 2 guys that drew an illustration of it, that they said they saw it. There's 2 guys next to it. One of them looks like young Stephen King.
There's.
Yeah, but how many
I'm looking
guys?
at this picture right
Yeah, doesn't he
now.
look like a...
This guy?
No, this lady.
That's a lady.
I know,
lady,
doesn't
yeah.
kind of look like young Stephen King?
She does kind of have
Doesn't
Stephen
that
King's
lady
jaw.
look
Not the hair,
like
but the
young
glasses
Stephen King?
and the jawline.
She does kind of have the Stephen
She
King
does
jaw.
have a Stephen King.
Not gonna lie, the images I've seen of that were bad quality, and I didn't see the hair, and so I thought it was a dude. I'm sorry, lady, and
That's
you're probably
okay,
dead,
okay.
but
That's fair.
black and white picture.
Doesn't that
Okay,
lady
that
look
was
like Stephen
Stephen
King?
King.
That's a pretty cruel thing to say.
I'm sorry, lady, and your family if you're listening,
Yeah,
because you probably are.
Kathleen May, I'm very sorry. You're probably no longer with us.
But her family listens.
So
Yeah, I'm aware
the
of it.
Flatwoods Monster is I don't know. I guess what I had always kind of thought of it more as like a cryptid, like a Bigfoot kind of like creature. But the more that I read about it, the more it seems like it's some sort of UFO type activity, because it was there was a U.S. Air Force response to it as far as coming down. And if you guys have ever heard of Project Blue Book, which is like the
Yeah, it's Kelly's first website.
not the Kelly Blue Book. This is different. Project Blue Book is like a.
He's the first adventure.
I don't know if it's actually like verified as being a real thing, but
Isn't there a show
it's
about that right now?
yeah, on the History Channel.
With what's his face? The dude.
I don't know, what is
He's the dude from
David Duchovny?
No, he's fucking.
I was gonna say, that's
what's
the
his name?
X-Files.
Littlefinger.
Yeah, I've seen the
yeah.
commercials. I've seen the commercials for that on during like when I'm fast forward through the
Yeah.
commercials on Vikings.
Yeah, that's called Blue Book too, isn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah, I
yeah.
think that's what it's about.
So Project Blue Book was a government operation in like the 50s and 60s to investigate flying saucers, because that during that time period there was a lot of sightings of them, whatever. And this takes place in the autumn of 1952, so it was kind of right around that area. So I'm just going to read a little bit from this article. This is actually serendipitously history.com. So
Just the website or the actual website
That's
of the
fine.
channel.
this
That's
is
like
the
when
actual
you're-
website of the History Channel.
That's like when you're 11, 12 years old, you look for porn on the internet, then the first time you go to porn.com.
Porn.
Porn.com, yeah.
I went
keep
to
all the porn.
porn.gov.
Porn.gov? That's like
You guys remember
It was
White House?
White House.
It was poorly
yeah.
photoshopped naked pictures of Condoleezza Rice.
Oh my god.
Nice. I love shitty Photoshop pictures. This is so hilarious. Oh my god.
Well, now some of them aren't shitty because they have the deep fakes.
But I like the ones-
the
yeah,
machine
about
learning
that,
ones.
But I like the ones that are really
They're not
shitty
as
and they're
funny
doing-
though.
No, they're not.
They're not as where it's like
They're kinda disturbing.
the skin tones are like 4 shades
Right.
different.
Where it's like a
And it's
white,
like the
white
head's looking
head.
this
It's
way
like
and
a
the
white-
body's this way.
Right.
It's
White
hilarious.
person's head on a black body.
Yeah, you're like what
Wait,
the
what?
fuck? Okay.
Like the
She really tanned from the neck down.
the jizz on the face is like not properly alpha channeled. So
Yeah.
it's just
Oh,
like
it's
on a
like
plane
a
of
cog,
its
and for some
own.
reason,
Yeah.
the cog is sticking out the cheek like 6 inches.
Yeah.
Cursor got away
Who's
from
standing?
me.
How the
Cursor,
fuck? Yeah.
Cursor got away from me.
I don't know. I didn't want to fix it.
anyways. This is from the History Channel.
I
Rich blue hue.
So I'm gonna read a little bit from this article, and I wanna know what you guys think about this.
Okay.
The
Keeping it
Flatwood
to myself.
Flatwoods Monster has not hissed at boys in the little village of Flatwoods, West Virginia since September 12, 1952. People grin about it now and take monster souvenir money from hundreds of monster tourists every week. But it scared people back then, including the eyewitnesses. 6 boys, aged 10 to 17, a dog, and a mom. One of the
I believe
boys...
the dog.
One of the boys peed his pants, said John Gibson, a high school freshman at the time who knew them all. Their dog, Ricky, ran with his tail between his legs. The encounter made the local and national news, scaring a wider swath of people. Then it prompted a U.S. Air Force UFO inquiry, part of a project called Project Blue
fucking
Book,
read.
that dispatched a handful of investigators around the country to look into such claims. It also became a local legend, a southern spook story.
Whoa,
Oh my
whoa,
god.
That's what the art.
break.
That's what-
Hashtag apology necessary.
That's how it's written.
Hashtag I'm sorry.
This story that defined the tiny village of less than 300 people for more than 6 decades. To this day, tourists come out of their way to Flatwoods, secluded in the low, timbered Appalachian hills of central West Virginia, to visit its monster museum and buy green monster tchotchkes and t-shirts. I pronounced that correct. I saw the word coming up and I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, tchotchkes, that's what it is.
man.
It looks
That's
like
what it is.
It's like Saul Goodman
Yeah.
steal some and sell them for
I- I-
$500.
I was like, what kind of tzatziki sauce bullshit is this?
Tatsikis.
Tchotchkes.
So, you're probably
Tachankas.
asking yourself, what was it that they saw? Well, Let me get into that.
Tachanka.
It was dusk when they saw it. The May brothers, Ed, 13, and Freddie, 12, had been playing in their schoolyard with their 10-year-old friend, Tommy Heyer. After noticing a pulsing red light streak across the sky and crash on a nearby farm, the three youngsters ran to grab the May boy's mother, then hightailed it up the hill to check out where the light had landed. A few other boys, one with a dog, showed up too. They ran back down in sheer and credible terror. 7 Braxton County residents on Saturday reported seeing a 10-foot Frankenstein-like monster in the hills above Flatwoods, a local newspaper reported afterward. A National Guard member, 17-year-old Gene Lemon, excellent name,
Love Gene Lemon.
was leading the group when he saw what appeared to be a pair of bright eyes in a tree.
It's a new kind of lemon.
That's fucking it. Lemon screamed and fell backward, the news account said, when he saw a 10-foot monster with a blood-red body and a green face that seemed to glow. Ooh. It may have had claws for hands. It was hard to tell because of the dense mist. The story made the local news and then got picked up by national radio and big papers all over the country, said Andrew Smith, who runs the Flatwoods Monster Museum and Braxton County Convention Visitors Bureau.
Oh, thank God.
Mrs. May and the National Guard kid ended up going to New York to
It's
talk
my
to
favorite
CBS,
70s detective show.
Mrs. May
Mrs.
and the
May
National
and the National Guard kid.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, I'm sorry, continue.
So,
Fall 19.
at this point, the article shows you a picture that is apparently to scale of what they saw, and it is fucking terrifying. It looks like a little pilgrim girl. It's got like a dress,
Yeah.
and a shroud over its head, kind of shaped like a spade, not like a shovel, but like the card suit spade.
Kind of like a poorly drawn dick person.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then it's got a big Thomas the Tank Engine face.
Yeah.
With
And
glowing eyes.
it's got these claws, and it's just disturbing. And when I saw the picture, I had never noticed, like, the picture that we saw was kind of focused on the
was focused on
monster.
the
It
monster.
didn't have the part that showed the person next to him.
I didn't realize how big it was.
So
yeah.
it looked like a little pilgrim girl, and we thought it was like this little creature, but it's fucking mammoth. It's apparently 10 feet tall. Like, it's huge, and it's just floating with its dress and its weird shroud.
I've also
Ugh.
seen it. I've seen some pictures of it with wings too. Like
Oh.
it's like the creeper. Like it's wearing like clothes, and when it takes them off, it has wings.
Right.
It's fucking creepy. I'm gonna put a link in the notes for the show that has a link to this article, so you guys can go take a look at it if you haven't seen it.
On a side note, while I'm here, speaking of something creepy, I was just going through an email from Rolling Stone, like news article or whatever. You remember Nexium or whatever, that cult thing with like the one actress from Smallville who was the leader guy. In case people want to look this up, named Keith Rainier. This is about him being charged with possession of child pornography.
Oh, fuck.
Look at this sad sack. Creepy. Look at this.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish the Flatwood Monster would deal with him.
So in case people want to know what he looks like, just Keith Rainier, Raniere. Look at he got it really dueling lazy eyes. One's lazy going down, and there was lazy going up, and like slack-jawed.
He looks like
So I just came across that, and you mentioned it looked really creepy, and
he looks like the pedophile pharmacist from It.
Oh God.
So he looks like
kind of creepy Adam West.
creepy Adam West. Yeah.
Okay, sorry for that tangent. Just
Ugh.
talk about creepy.
No, you're
That is
fine.
creepy. Yeah.
Kind of our
You're fine.
duty to talk about creepy.
Well, I mean, I
Indeed.
interrupted his Flatwoods Monster to talk about this creepo.
You did.
That's
Anyone
creepo
who's seen the
deluxe.
Flatwoods Monster say yeah.
Yeah.
Could be a leprechaun.
Guess just Blair and I.
Anyways,
and female Stephen King.
Flatwoods Monster. So, back to this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, do it. Blair apologize for breaking this.
So it says, those people were the most scared people I've ever seen, said local newspaper publisher A. Lee Stewart in the 1952 news story. Stewart himself had marched up that hill with a shotgun after witnesses told what they saw. People don't make up that kind of story that quickly, Stewart said then. Others doubted. State police laughed off the reports as hysteria, the newspaper story said. They said the so-called monster had grown from 7 to 17 feet in just 24 hours. Gibson doubted too, though he's since sold 1,000 of his 12-inch tall ceramic green monster figurines in just the last 2 years. $30 a piece, by the way. I actually might want to get
Wow.
those. Those are pretty cute. I don't believe in the Easter Bunny, says Gibson, an insurance agent still working at 81. I don't believe in Santa, and I really don't believe in the Flatwoods Monster, but I do want to boost our community.
He doesn't believe in.
Why did he turn into a
community.
Because he's an 81-year-old
Atticus Finch.
Appalachian insurance agent.
Appalachian.
But rattled eyewitnesses weren't the only reason the story took off. Americans were truly frightened in 1952, made anxious by atomic bombs and what seemed like a new world made by mad scientists. Even Life magazine, probably the most popular publication in the nation at the time, had just a few months earlier published a seemingly credible trend story about flying saucers. Spook stories sprout best when the seeds land in a bed fertile with anxiety, and that was 1952 Cold War America, a hothouse of anger, disillusionment, and anxieties, made to order for conspiracy theorists, political demagogues, and tellers of suspenseful tales. The May Brothers monster story hit just 3 years after the Soviet Union successfully tested an atomic bomb in 1949. The Air Force was scanning for bombers over our skies. Julius and Ethel Rosenberg were awaiting execution for sending American nuclear weapon designs to the Soviets, selling hellfire to our mortal enemies. A political demagogue, Senator Joseph McCarthy of Minnesota, asshole, had spent the previous 2 years stoking fears that communists had infiltrated not only the U.S. Department of State, but almost every industry and corner of the nation. And communists had killed thousands of American soldiers in Korea by 1952, including 4 youngsters 21 or younger from Braxton County, West Virginia, who died just months before the monster landed. One of those killed in action, U.S. Marine Private First Class Landry R. Frame, age 20, had grown up in Sutton, only 6 miles from the Mayboys in Flatwoods. Into that fertile American atmosphere of fear and death and demagoguery, Life dropped a bombshell headline.
That's my new favorite word. By
Have
the way.
we visitors from space?
Have we?
I don't know. Have we?
The Air Force is now ready to concede that many saucers and fireball sightings still defy explanation, Life summary headline said. Life offers some scientific evidence that there is a real case for interplanetary saucers. The story, filled with seemingly credible accounts, and this is credible in quotes,
Well, like
including
seemingly,
including from eyewitnesses, including from eyewitness Air Force pilots, appeared in April 1952, just 5 months before Ed and Freddie May. Freddie May.
It's like Freddie Mercury.
It's like Sally
and
Mae's
Brian May.
uncle.
Freddie Mercury.
Freddie May is Brian
Finish
May
your
and
thought.
Freddie Mercury,
That's what I.
That's what he got us there a lot
Oh,
faster.
shit.
and they fucked.
Right.
Shit, that's awesome. Just 5 months before Ed and Freddie May climbed that hilltop. How do these stories gain credence? It's not necessarily that millions believe in UFOs, says behavioral psychologist Clay Routledge. Many UFO devotees usually don't believe, he says, but they are seduced by the story. Why? There's hope that we are not just insignificant organisms walking around aimlessly on a rock floating in space, says Rutledge, who has studied brain science, UFO beliefs, and culture. There's a hope that we're part of something bigger. Call it cosmic loneliness. That may be, but if the May brothers are familiar with that phrase, they are probably rolling their eyes. Freddie and Ed are still alive, and still standing by their story. They're in their late 70s now. They are no longer talking to reporters. They got tired after 100,000 interviews, Smith said. But the brothers did appear in a recent documentary about the Flatwoods Phantom. It's a phantom now, apparently. In the video trailer teasing to that show, that's worded oddly, sorry. In the video trailer teasing to that show, Freddie looks calmly into the camera. As far as for myself, he says, it doesn't matter to me whether people believe or don't believe.
Your voice keeps changing halfway through your.
I know.
You can't pick an
quotes.
accent.
I can't do accents.
But you can't pick one. Pick one, stick one.
One writer who stoked the story a lot was Gray Barker, a Braxton County native who investigated the monster and then became one of the more prominent UFO mythmakers ever. It was Barker who wrote about Flatwoods, then introduced the mythology of government men in black after he heard that 2 Air Force investigators had reportedly shown up in Flatwoods posing as magazine writers. But Barker's friends later said he didn't believe and did the UFO writings cheerfully and for money. To this day, locals still wonder. The universe is a mighty big place, says Joan Bias.
Joan Baez.
No, it's literally Bias, a news editor.
That's a horrible name for a...
Joan Bias, news editor at a local newspaper. I can't imagine we might be alone in it, though I'm a Baptist, so maybe I shouldn't say that. There are fewer than 300 people in Flatwoods. Fewer than 300 people in Flatwoods in 1952, and a few less than that now. Oh, wow, okay. You could say the local embrace of the monster was a little slow going, Smith says. The U.S. Air Force doubted, too. They later revealed that they'd done UFO research and investigation since 1947, collecting thousands of stories, investigating some with a skeleton staff. About this one, they concluded that bright but common meteors had streaked across the eastern U.S. at dusk that night, seen by many in Baltimore, among other places. And the monster with the claw-like arms? Likely an owl, they say. Even if it's just unproven folklore, the tourists seem to keep coming, so locals did that most earthling of things. They made bumper stickers, shot glasses, and giant monster-shaped chairs the whole family could get into and have their picture taken while sitting in the monster's scary, embracing arms. They created the Monster Museum. They put up signs on highways, home of the Green Monster.
I mean, why not? Might as well cash in.
Owls don't get that big.
You don't know Appalachian?
You don't know what those Appalachian
owls?
Well, we're almost done with this article, but I have something to say about owls. Okay.
Okay.
What about the Appalachians?
The people learned to their surprise that people wanted to hand them money. From spring to fall, peak tourist season, hundreds of people a week stop into the spot, Flatwoods Ice Cream and Sandwich Eatery. They eat the Flatwoods Monster Burger, double cheese, and look at the historic monster photos and news clippings hanging on the wall. The museum has artifacts, including a chunk of the oak tree that the monster had floated out from behind. And so the Flatwoods Monster, also known as the Green Monster, also known as the Phantom of Flatwoods.
Whoa! Hashtag Boston had it first. I don't know the dates when Fenway Park was out the window.
Oh.
Also known as the Phantom of Flatwoods, who was
Fenway
reportedly
Park's
7
wicked
feet
old.
tall, or 10 feet tall, or 13 feet tall, or 17 feet tall, became the most peculiar American invention, a legend emblazoned on t-shirts. If you know how I could get a 26-foot fiberglass green monster statue made for Flatwoods, let me know, Gibson said. That would be a big draw, don't you think?
I'm sure you could get it done. You could pay someone...
Fuck.
You could pay someone
this
like
article
a couple
obviously
shillings.
is taking kind of the stance that it's, misidentified stuff.
It's poking fun at it.
It's
What I
poking some fun.
What I do like is that what I've read and seen some pictures is way back then. I mean, obviously, since there's photos, photography was a thing, but it's not like everybody saw every photo that was taken. So people didn't see it, but a lot of the people who swore they saw it, there's a good chance they didn't see the other images that the people drew. The drawings seemed, they were always a little different.
They were pretty
But
similar.
they all had the general,
Yeah.
dick shape with the...
General dick
shape with the face and...
With the face and the claws.
Yeah.
Anyway, the
mushroom
thing about
person.
owls. So
Sorry.
in UFO lore, owls are pretty important because
They're gray.
they're not gray. They're
the gray owl.
what the extraterrestrials use most commonly as a screen memory. So what a screen memory is when an alien takes you to do whatever it's going to do with you, whether it's good or bad. They don't want you to remember what happens, so they wipe that part of your memory and they replace it with something else called a screen memory. And one of the things that apparently they use most often is an owl. So you'll have a memory in your head of there being a big owl in your yard, like a man-sized owl in your yard, and you'll be like, I don't know why I have this memory,
It's
but
like an
I have
awesome
this
name for a band.
I have this
Man-sized owl.
I have this memory of an owl, and a lot of UFO contactees or abductees have that common kind of memory of an owl. So it's actually kind of interesting that they say they think it was a misidentified owl.
That's actually Owl City's new metal band, Man-Sized Owl.
Man-sized owl.
Dude.
He's gotten over his agoraphobia.
I was going to say, would you
Left
rather
Metallica.
fight an owl-sized man or 100 man-sized owls?
Oh my god.
All I know is
That's lose-lose.
all I know is "Hello Seattle, I am a parking lot." Hello Seattle, I am a parking lot.
Didn't we actually determine what the real lyrics were?
Yeah, I know, but
And
that's
it
just
was-
what I always go with because
But that's the funny version.
That's the fun version for me.
Iowa parking lot.
Yeah, I don't remember what.
Isn't he actually from Owatonna?
Yeah, it's Owl City. It's Owatonna, Minnesota.
Yeah.
They're probably flooded right now.
Probably.
Probably could be in his.
All I
parents'
remember
basement
about Owatonna is that there was fucking windmills everywhere.
anymore. Yeah, Windmill City. Owl City. Owls fly in the wind.
Windmills.
Windmills. Owl City.
Illuminati
Owl
confirmed.
windmills.
Yeah, like you
Don't
said.
you get it?
Are you fucking
You
nuts?
You brainwashed fool.
Owls fly on the wind.
Open your
Windmills.
eyes, sheeple.
Flat Earth confirmed too. You
No,
know,
that's
hashtag that?
no, that's
Oh.
ridiculous. Hashtag my Earth is round. Hashtag fuck you. Hashtag
Hashtag not my earth.
Hashtag I don't know why I keep saying hashtag. Hashtag.
Because hashtags are funny.
Yeah, that's true.
So, do you guys have any thoughts about the Flatwoods Monster? You think it's a bunch of bunk?
Yeah, I think it's a bug.
on.
I think people saw
me a
something
favor.
that was maybe an owl or just an odd shaped tree or bush.
Google
and,
Flatwoods Monster wings. I want to see if I can find this picture that I was thinking of.
oh, you do that. What's the name of that Owl City song?
Hello, Seattle. I
Is
am
it-
a parking
said it
lot.
like
Is it
it's
called
called-
Hello Seattle?
Yes.
It's called
I
Hello
know.
Seattle, and then in parentheses, I am a
I
parking
am a
lot.
parking lot.
I didn't know it was actually called Hello Seattle.
What the fuck?
Everybody knew that.
Oh, that's the Mothman cradling the
Ew,
Flatwoods Monster.
okay, that's not what it was. Ew, God, it's ripped.
Oh, that one. Okay, those aren't wings. That's like steam coming out of holes in it.
maybe it was just an old picture I saw, but
So, I mean,
that's
the
the
Mothman.
Mothman.
I didn't know this. Apparently, he says that line like 6 times in the song. And mine,
Wings on that
you know,
one.
I think mine isn't far off. Let me tell. He goes,
yeah.
"Hello Seattle, I am a mountaineer." And then he
What?
says, "Hello Seattle, I am a manta ray." Hello Seattle, I am the crescent moon.
Is there
Then,
no mention
hello
of a parking lot?
Seattle, I am a cold seahorse. Hello Seattle, I am an albatross. Hello Seattle, I am an old lighthouse. And then one more time, hello
my God.
Seattle, I am a mountaineer. So I mean, mine
that's
is just
so much
as
dumber.
Mine is just as relevant as
Was there
hello
any mention of a
Seattle,
parking lot, or
I
did you-
am a
Everybody
parking- I
knows
just made
cold
it.
seahorses are directly related to parking lots.
I am a cold.
Oh yes, right here, right here.
This is the chair you can sit in.
me see. Oh, cool. Okay, nope, there is. Let me read the more. I kept looking for the Hello
The
Seattle
Mothman
part.
too?
The very first section of the
Maybe it was
very
just
first
a
verse.
picture of the Mothman. Then.
Ready? Hello Seattle, I am a mountaineer. In the hills and highlands, I fall asleep in hospital parking lots.
Okay.
And awake in your mouth.
Wow!
And
What?
awake in your mouth.
I
mouth of
awoke in
Seattle.
someone's mouth once. It was pretty awesome.
Who's
Hello
in my
Seattle,
mouth?
I'm a manta ray. Deep beneath the blue waves, I'll crawl the sandy bottom
Okay,
of Puget
Mr. Bate.
We-
You don't
yeah,
have to
we-
do
yeah.
all the lyrics. to
Fucking
an
hello
Alice song.
Seattle, I am a parking lot. It's just better.
I'm
it's-
gonna
I mean,
go
I'm
ahead and
gonna-
say it's less ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah,
Or-
I'm gonna go ahead
or-
and say it is better.
Or it's just as ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hello, Seattle. I am an old lighthouse. Hello, Seattle. I am a cold seahorse. What the fuck, Owl City?
Oh, that's good.
Minnesota's own.
So
Stop
another thing I
creaking
wanted to go
type.
over real quick is are you guys familiar with the lead mask case?
No.
Does it anything have to do with windmills and owls?
The big thing to do
Windmills.
was
I think it might have to do
Cold
with
seahorses.
UFOs, maybe.
Leonardo
but-
DiCaprio and the Iron Mask.
So
Shit.
I want to see if you guys think this is as fucked up as I do. Now, full disclosure here: this takes place in Brazil, and there's going to be some names that I'm likely going to fucking butcher. So
like Appalachian, or what? How'd you say?
Appalachian. That's how you say it, fucker.
Nah, it's Appalachian.
Fucker.
It's Appalachian.
I hate you.
What are the mountains called?
The Appalachian Mountains.
Appalachian.
You
You
say,
got that all kitty wampus.
Yeah.
Catty kitty wampus.
You fucked up. Puppy on the
Anyways,
table.
so there's going to be some names I'm
Yes, sir.
probably going to mispronounce, and I apologize for that.
It's okay, guys. Hashtag he's dumb.
This is about a pair of strange deaths that occurred in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1966. To this day, the deaths of two men found under what can only be described as unique circumstances have yet to be explained. In fact, it is still unclear whether the deaths were self-inflicted, worthy of a pair of Darwin Awards, or murder. The deaths are odd enough, given the two relatively healthy middle-aged men just up and died together, but there was also a handful of objects with the men that made the case even more confusing and led to its popular name, the lead masks case. Masks. Lead masks case.
Words are hard.
On August 17th, 1966, two electronics repairmen from Campos dos Goitacazes
You weren't wrong.
left town saying they were going to buy supplies for work and for a car. They allegedly had the money for a vehicle with them. The men, Miguel Jose Viana and Manuel Pierre de Cruz, later stopped at a bar to get a bottle of water. It's a weird thing to get at a bar, but whatever.
Teach their own, man.
The bartender later said that Miguel appeared to be in a hurry as he was frequently checking his watch. That was the last anyone saw of the pair alive. 3 days later, Jorge de Costas Alves found the bodies of the two men on Vintum Hill in Rio de Janeiro. Naturally, he alerted the police, who conducted an investigation.
Sorry. You said you were going to mess up words, and I get it with a... when you say condusted. You always give me shit when I mess up words. You said condusted, so I got a chuckle going.
Got him.
I get the name.
They chip dusted an investigation.
Now I'm the asshole.
All right. So they ascertained the last known whereabouts of the men and discovered the miscellaneous items that represent their last moments alive. Both men were dressed in suits and wearing waterproof coats. They both had lead eye masks with no holes, such as one would wear to protect from radiation. There was an empty water bottle, 2 towels, and a notebook. The notebook confused the case even further. It contained a few notes in Portuguese. Translated, they read, 1630, be at agreed place. 1830, swallow capsules. After effect, protect metals. Await for mask signal. The money for a car was not found. None of these items present any answers. They only pose more questions. So first, the suits. They suggest the men were meeting someone. However, without knowing their usual attire, it's hard to say for sure. The lead masks. They suggest that the men were expecting radioactivity. The problem is that no radiation was detected at the site. There is the possibility that Vintum Hill was not the agreed place and that the men needed the masks elsewhere, although they were wearing them, so...
I already got a theory.
The towels and jackets. They indicate the men were expecting moisture. There simply is no explanation for this. There were claims that UFOs were seen in the area on the 17th, and it does. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy does mention that towels are essential for space travel. Unfortunately, the guide was not published until 10 years after this incident. The water bottle, it says this one's easy. They were supposed to return the bottle to the bar. They drank it, but it seems they were unable to return it. The notes. Herein lies the biggest mystery. Who were they meeting at the arranged place? Were they meeting a person or hoping for an event? Was Vintum Hill the arranged place? We have no way of knowing. Then there are the capsules. Most sources say toxicology turned up nothing because the organs were not preserved. Therefore, we don't know if the men took the capsules or what they contained. To be literal, we're not even sure if the notes refer to that day, though at least that seems likely. Protect the metals may refer to some metals they were meeting to get rid of. Wait for mask signal obviously means they were waiting for someone to tell them to put on the masks. One explanation is that the men were meeting someone for a clandestine deal involving radioactive material. However, that would not explain the capsule mentions, the towels, or the jackets. Another explanation is that they were conducting an experiment, but there's no evidence of an experiment leading to their death, such as materials for said experiment. They may have been duped, murdered, and dumped on the hill, though there was no evidence of violence or injuries. Possibly, they could have been waiting for some sort of intergalactic ride.
Whoa.
Mr. B, you said you had a theory. What was your theory?
Well, it was a jokey theory, but I'll preface that. Is what if they had the metal over their eyes? What if they were just trying to fucking pull a fast one on the ferryman to cross the river Styx, thinking they were gold, they were coins? The joke's on you, it's just regular metal.
Idiots.
No, the lead masks are like they're like the mask you put over your eyes to try and sleep, but there's lead in them. They're lead lined.
Well, the ferryman might be real dumb.
The ferryman could be.
How does just protecting your eyes protect you from radiation?
I don't know. That fucking baffles me.
Keyword there, Blair? It doesn't.
Everything
Spoiler
about
alert.
everything
I don't
about this fucking baffles me. I mean, just imagine the scene. Imagine like hiking in the hills and seeing two well-dressed, healthy-looking young men dead with lead mass over their eyes, with fucking weird mumbo jumbo written in a notebook.
Now I kind of want to start something. I want to build a dummy, dress them like that, put the mask on, and just kind of leave them on hiking trails. You know, a
I
couple
know
blocks
some
away
Bumbo. I know Mr. B knows some Jumbo. We can make it happen.
We got it fucking done.
Bring some gumbo for lunch.
Oh, I
that
got
Blair, I'm
Jumbo.
gonna put you in the
Is
gumbo.
that a reference to
yeah.
Jumbo's, the strip club, with the clown theme?
Oh,
You should still go to Jumbo's.
We'd have to go to fucking California for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
So.
California dreaming.
I want to get a lap dance from a clown, Don.
Knows how to party.
I'm taking
The
I'm taking
clowns.
it from the complete lack of banter that you guys did not find that nearly as interesting.
No,
as
that's
I did.
fucking weird.
It's so weird, but
I
to me, I just kept picturing Anthony Mackie and Matt Damon in that
gotta
Adjustment
be
Bureau,
some
but then wearing raincoats and Falcon glasses.
What
so
was
Anthony
that movie
Mackie.
about?
It was basically like
What are you talking about?
I don't even fucking
Weren't they
remember.
like
The Adjustment Bureau.
observers
They were like
from
observers,
trainers?
but then they were trying to keep their. They basically, I think they're hinting that they were angels or like guardian angels, kind of. They kind of watch over the world, and they kind of want it to everything to go a certain way, and like the way they see it, they're not these couple wasn't supposed to be together, and fucking these two are like they
Sounds like the
love
Truman
each
Show.
other, and that they were rogue agents kind of, and they were trying to, or one of them was, I can't remember which one, was trying to work against the other agents
Sounds
too.
lame.
It wasn't that great.
yeah, that sounds pretty.
I mean, you got Emily Blunt though.
So my out there theory about this, the article seems, and the common theories is that when the notebook says after effect protect metals, wait for mask signal,
For mask.
that meant the signal to put on the mask.
yeah.
I'm thinking, what if that was what the lead was for? Maybe they were receiving a signal through the lead mask.
There's a lead mask. Yeah, they put the mask
Like
on
some
and
sort
waiting
of
for a signal. To...
psychic signal or something like that. Maybe it was some cult shit. I mean, the swallow capsules is...
That's my
The
vote.
capsules of
Cult,
what?
cult shit.
My favorite.
Did I miss that?
Yeah, no, they don't know what the capsules were. They didn't find any capsules, and
So, like,
and
CBD
their organs
oil.
weren't preserved in a way
Call
that
back.
let them do
Legalize it.
proper toxicology, at least from that time. So they don't know if they did take capsules, but if they did, obviously they could be poison.
Might
which
have
is
been
why
what
they-
killed them.
Which is why they were dead with no signs of violence. Or
Weird.
maybe the signal was fucking some sort of azathoth signal that fucking overloaded their brain, and
They put on the mask, saw some shit, and died.
yeah.
Yeah, my favorite part is the addition of the raincoat just over the suit.
The addition of the raincoat.
Yeah, there was
that's just-
no fucking
I
reason
like
for
it.
it. There's no moisture or anything. Interesting.
fucking
I don't know.
weird.
I thought it was
fucking weird.
interesting.
When was
Yeah, I bet that's culty stuff.
Yeah, it seems like it. When was that?
1966.
1966. That's some like fucking XCOM, the Bureau shit.
Campos dos Goitacazes.
Secos?
Huh. I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty spooky.
I like their look. The cut of their jib.
They're
Yeah.
sharp
People don't
looking
die
dudes.
horribly
Very
in that
handsome,
game, do they?
sharp-looking men.
What game?
XCOM. They don't die horribly via alien in that game, do they?
Oh, they do, unfortunately. But you know what? Aliens die pretty hard too.
Yeah.
You blow those fuckers right back to where they came from.
What if they're nice fuckers?
They're not. They're evil little shits.
I'm not,
Yeah.
not saying in the game, I'm just saying in real life.
Oh, in real life, I'm sure they're. If aliens exist and they know about us, then they have to be nice because they would have already killed us.
What if the owls
I wouldn't
they put in their
let us live.
memories? What if that's not? What if we just interpreted what they look like all wrong? What if they actually look like owls?
If they're actually Birdmen, that'd be cool.
Yeah, or cold seahorses.
Well, the Mothman looks like a
Cool.
moth, which looks kind of like an owl. That's cool.
That is cool.
Like the Mothman was reportedly seen on the 35W bridge the day before it collapsed 10 years ago.
Oh yeah.
You know who was also on that bridge the day before it collapsed?
This guy.
This guy. Although I was driving, I wasn't standing like the Mothman.
Oh, you weren't the Mothman.
No, I wasn't.
No, the Mothman was buzzing
Much
the tower.
to let down all kinds of internet rumors. I am not the Mothman.
You're not the Mothman.
I am not the seer of destruction and devastation.
See, it's weird because you say that, but all I can think is you are most definitely the Mothman.
Hashtag never the same,
Hashtag
never the same
Mothman.
place at the same time. So whatever.
Mr. B Mothman confirmed. Hashtag.
Right. I mean, if it's a bird, I must bear.
Well,
Sometimes you gotta be the Mothman.
does anyone?
I did have an idea for an anthology TV show called The Mothman Chronicles, where each one was just a story about
Wasn't that the?
You?
disaster.
You?
Yeah, it was an autobiography.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something called the?
There was a Mothman prophecy.
Diary. Oh, prophecies. That's what it was.
That was just a movie. It's an
Yeah.
anthology show, Blair.
I'm sorry.
Big difference.
I was.
Big difference.
Mothman Prophecy is like the book. I think it's John Keel that wrote it. Is like fucking really good. Like that dude does his fucking research.
Hell yeah.
The movie.
No, he
the
doesn't.
movie-
I would know.
The movie obviously is like a Hollywoodization
movie.
of
Isn't
it, but
like
the book is
Kevin
is
Costner or
meant to
something
be
like that?
Richard Gere,
Gear. Someone around there.
Captain Gerbil Butt himself.
Captain Gerbutt.
Captain Gerbilbutt.
Dumb
Yeah.
big Gerbutt.
Gerb, but
I believe he's Dr. Gerbilbutt now.
Yeah,
That's true.
MD.
Dr. Gerbilbutt, MD.
Was he in that movie like Dr. Z and his women or whatever?
Oh,
What?
Or something like that. It's basically a doctor with like
Doctor
6
something
girlfriends.
and like the Little Women or something.
And the
like
women
that,
and his women or something. He's
and
got
the
like
women
he's
or
a doctor and
yeah.
he's got like 4 wives or girlfriends or something like that.
Yeah.
I think Richard Gere was in it.
Like recently?
I know it was probably like over a decade ago.
Probably.
I may be wrong. Maybe it's Mr. something.
Probably
I don't know.
Mr.
Let's just go to
Mr. Belvedere and his tiny women.
Let's go to IMDb.
IMDb.
And speaking of IMDb, I just pulled it up and it had something for Jordan Peele's Us.
I want to see that.
I want to
cool.
see it too. I hear it's really good, and but I got a theory because that comes out next week, which is a little over 5 months before It Chapter 2 is supposed to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a feeling we might get the It Chapter 2 trailer attached to it. That would make
Who
sense.
fucking cares?
I care.
I would think they'd show it for
Well, they probably would
Pet
bef-
Cemetery.
Oh yeah, that's coming out too, isn't it?
That too,
But that
yeah.
doesn't look that good.
I think it looks fine.
I think it looks pretty decent.
Well, I think the fact that they hashtag spoiler alert, the fact that if you know the story, you've seen the original, you know about it. But I think that they gave away that they switched up the boy for the girl in the trailer.
Oh
So it would have
yeah.
been a better twist if you're expecting Gage to die and then all of a sudden it's the daughter.
Oh,
But the
so
fact
it's
that they
the
give it
daughter,
away
yeah.
in the trailer, I was like, that's kind of.
That's
I
kind
think
of
it's a
weird.
dumb choice. Just
Yeah.
let it be a surprise.
That's
later.
fair. Yeah.
Well, okay, it doesn't look that bad. Lithgow.
Lithgow.
If anyone's going to replace Herman Munster, it's going to be Lithgow.
It's true.
Sometimes
I do kind of
dead
like the
is
parade,
better.
the parade of the poster with the parade of the kids and stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I like the way it looks like they move in the trailer when it's like crawling and it's like backbones are like being distorted as it's walking and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like it'll be cool.
Yeah, Mothman prophecies, gear, Dr. T and the women.
Dr. T and the women.
What
Okay,
year
there
was
we
that?
2000.
Wow.
Yeah, 2000.
Fucking almost.
A
2
wealthy
decades ago.
gynecologist's ideal life is thrown into turmoil when the women closest to him begin to affect his life in unexpected ways.
Richard Gere.
A Robert Altman film, also starring Helen Hunt, Farrah Fawcett, the great Laura Dern, Shelley Long, Tara Reid, Kate Hudson, and Liv Tyler. What a list of
Those are some,
and the
those are
women.
some women.
That's
Yeah.
the women.
Those are some
Those
women.
are
let me
the
tell ya.
women.
That's where the budget went. That's a cavalcade of stars. And Tara Reid.
The budget went to Tara Reid.
Got her.
This was back in the day when she still had that American Pie money.
Yeah, huge coke problem. Before she had that
shit, yeah.
Sharknado money.
The Sharknado money, yeah.
All right.
Dr.
Well,
T
does
and the
anyone have
women.
any final thoughts before we wrap this show up?
Mr. B is Mothman.